Hi, and welcome to your 2026 challenge of exercises and more, a series that is designed to start you back into your workout program. So, if you have been taking some time off, let's get back to the basics. Let's build some skills and do some 30-minute workouts just 3 days a week. So, we'll start off today with some strength. This is for anyone who's ready to re engage your body and to move without jumping into a lot of chaos or potentially burnout if we do too much too soon. So these movements are thoughtful and athletic. They are not basic in the intensity, but they are simple in the fact that we don't have to do a lot to actually improve quite a bit. So they are organized in a way that will help you build back into routine with confidence. This is one way for you to walk away from this training today to feel like you had a reset, but also a reboot to reawaken your muscles with conditioning and strength. So we'll move through 3 series. Today is strength, but then on day 2, which will be probably after a day of break, you'll have power. And then the final workout of the week will be conditioning. So ideally, it might be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You want a little bit of a break in between, go out for a walk, enjoy yourself, get some exposure to the sun on the other days, or maybe even after this workout. So today it's only about 30 minutes. So we're going to get it in and get it done. Let's get started. So happy you're here. And I appreciate the fact that if you're doing this workout for a second time and a third and a fourth and a fifth and a sixth, that you're committed, as well as whether or not you might present this workout to one of your friends and let them enjoy it also. That I greatly appreciate. So let's get started. We will begin with a nice warm up. So I like to just kind of move the legs, gently shifting yourself side to side, allowing for your feet to feel really planted and grounded into the floor. It's most important about any new exercise program or when you're getting started again is that you pay attention to the skills that you're learning. So, right here, we're just basically practicing a little bit of a balance step touch, right and left, reaching through into the feet, pressing down, and extending into the arms as we reach. Nice deep breath in and out. Allow for yourself to get a little bit lower into those legs. Start to feel the energy of the quadriceps. The hamstrings are engaging as that heel pulls back. Let's do about 10 more seconds here and relax. Take it into a swing side to side. You can also just release into those arms, allowing for yourself to feel strong and vibrant, pushing and extending. This is called a pivot. Notice that I'm pushing off that bottom foot. Sorry, the bottom foot. I'm pushing off the back foot and reaching into the other. Now extend and let it go. A little bit more of a dig through the foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Relax it out. Nice deep breath in and out. Gonna do into some high knees here, pushing through the feet. Feeling very strong in that lift, driving through that standing leg. And feel that pillar of strength. Notice that the glute is contracting of the leg that is pressing down into the floor. Add in the arms. Reach and push. Just getting warmed up, creating some heat in the body, letting the circulation begin to flow a little bit stronger with that nice, good pump of the heart. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah. Okay, so what's next, right? How about some walkouts? I'm going to start here at the back. Feet are together, arms at your side. Take a big reach up connect your palms. Exhale out. Release down. Nice straight flat back if you can. Bend the knees if you need. Walk it out. Take a deep breath in. Find your stable plank. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Walk it back. Bend your knees if you need again, or keep your legs mostly straight and forward fold. Inhale, unhinge yourself, stand back up to tall, reach up overhead, and exhale out. Let's go a little faster. Breathe in, breathe out. Walk it forward, breathe in, hold it, breathe out. Exhale, downward dog, right? All through one movement. Inhale, lift up and stand up. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit differently here, taking it all the way out through that exhalation, all the way down through a push up. Inhale and exhale back to a down dog. Walk back. Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to go a little bit more athletic. It's a bit yoga style. Bend the knees. Walk it out, crawl it out, knees on the floor. Quick little push up. Bring it back. Bend the knees. Walk back into bent knees. Jump out, stand up, jump in. Take it out. Walk it out. Knees on the floor, quick push up. Bend the knees, walk it back in that crouch. Jump out and jump in and up. Nice. Feeling that energy in the body. March it out. Jog it out. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good. How about you? We ready for the workout to begin? Let's get started. So today is strength, total body. Less than 30 minutes because we've already done the warm up. So the total part of the workout here is going to be a quick 20 in and out. Let's go. So we're going to start off 2 sets, no more. 3-second goblet squat or just a regular goblet squat. Remember, we're building skills here. So what is a goblet squat? Hold your weight. Got my medium-sized weight here, right here at the chest. Pull your elbows in nice and strong. Feet about hip distance apart. Slightly turn them out. Find your strength here. Then you want to bend down, but you want to feel like you can bend into that knee bend that doesn't completely go over the toes. So if you can see from the side here, I can go pretty narrow because I have that flexibility in my hips to bring it down and still stay with the knees right at the toes here. And then stand back up. If you find that difficult, come out a little bit wider, turn out a bit more, and bend down and come up. Now, this could be an easy one for you too. So it's a little bit more like a plie. Might feel a bit more comfortable, right? Can I see the difference between the two? So I'm going to go a bit more narrow, come down. Now, with my new endeavor, I started in my 40s of surfing, being able to get down low with my feet generally not that far apart is important. So I've been practicing this for the last few years, really trying to keep that distance narrow. So if you're still not quite there, don't worry about it. Take some time. You're here, push down and up. All right, we're going to do about 5 more of these. And you notice some breathing? You should be too. 2. Good. And 1. Beautiful. That's exercise number 1. Should feel pretty good. Split squat is next. So what's that? That was a sumo. Split squat. Split your stance. All right, so you're here. Basically, it's kind of a lunge position, but a lunge can tend to be back way deeper, and we're here, right? Split squat is a little bit more of an offset, right? We're here. I'm going to hold in that same goblet position. I'm going to squat down, come up, and switch my legs. Take it back. Now, again, I've got that narrow stance kind of in my repertoire. For you, it might be here, just a baby bend. I want you just to practice being a little offset and bending. Lean a little bit forward into it so you don't feel too much pressure on the back knee. All right, so I'm going to go into a little bit more speed. It's always a progression, alternating. And really kind of working into Those movements, finding them capable. And we'll do about 5 more. We're just practicing today. 4, 3, and then we just happen to get a workout in our practice session. And 1. Great work. Okay, so take a little break in between. So we started off with the sumo and then the split squat. We're going to go back to those two and revisit them right now. We're going to layer these, kind of like stacking the workout. So I'm going to come up this time, second set, to double my weight. Going to bring that sumo here, nice and tall. We're going to go a little bit more powerful and focused this time. We know what the exercise is. Let's perform it together. Down and up 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How are you feeling? Getting low enough? Feel strong through the feet. Really push down through the feet as you press up through the hips. Little bonus one there. Whew. Nice. Okay, so we take that down. Take a little break. How does it feel? Energy. How is your stance? Kind of becoming familiar with it. We're going to be doing a lot of sumos in 2026. So practicing them now so that we can get them great for later. Okay, so here we go. Up next, split squatting. Yeah, I'm grabbing both weights again. So I'm going to double up this time and double up on the reps. 1, 2, and then switch. 1 and 2. Switch. Having that foot in the back there kind of allows you to get into the quad and glute a little bit more, right? It's kind of a mix of a squat and a deadlift. It's really good because you're kind of practicing what might be something that you pick up from the floor with your stance a little offset. About 4 sets. Good. So we're finishing set 3 here. Nice and tall. Good breath. Working into that balance into both feet. And it felt good. Okay, so remember we got different ways to hold the weights. Going to do different things. That kind of gave us a little bit of a balance challenge as we're alternating, we're holding, moving with the weight. So you can kind of pick as we go along this year what works for you. So here we go. Up next are the deadlifts. So we're going to move into the booty a little bit more, isolating it here. So I'm going to show you a couple different versions. This one here, I have a little bit of a turnout, right? This is focusing on external rotation. It's going to create some kind of sweep to kind of get us into this booty work. It's really important because it looks nice, but also it's really great for function as far as how we balance and strength with our lower back. So let's go ahead and also teach you parallel, which the feet are here together in this dance. Let's start here. This is the more traditional version. Going to deadlift down, kind of stiff leg, and then you sort of bend into the knees, but not a lot. Notice that I keep the weights right over the toes, and the knees aren't bending much more than about, halfway there. Full down here, then we get into a squat, right? So I want to be here, kind of lifting back, pushing back, chest slightly forward, all in the glute as we come up into that extension. There's a little bit of quad, but again, we're kind of hinging and lifting. Down low, slow, and squeeze. Breathe in and out. Trying to keep that chest up. It's kind of like sitting on a toilet seat, right? These are a traditional deadlift. There's a little more bend in the knee, but there's a lot of flexion in the hips here so that we can get into that extension as we rise up. One more. Good. Now I'm going to show you the next version of a deadlift, a little bit different. And you're doing all this with me, so I'll just show you, but practicing. Little more length in the legs. You're going to feel that you might not be able to go as far down. Notice that, because then Go down a little farther. Your back starts to round a little bit. Push up. This stiff-legged deadlift gets right into the glutes at that hamstring connection. So you're going to feel it right at the top of the thighs there. Right at the top of the hamstrings. Back and forth. It's more of a stiff-legged deadlift. Little bit more rocking. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Whew. Okay. So those are some of the great basic strength exercises in standing position. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to do a deadlift in a row together. So we're going to incorporate the upper body and lower body. So the second set of booty work is also going to start moving us into the upper body work. So we did 2 sets of just kind of our squat fundamentals, the goblet squat and the split squat. Now we're moving into the deadlift, stiff-legged, and the more traditional version. Now we'll go into the deadlift with the double arm row. So it can also be a 1-arm row, but today we're going to do the double arm. So I'm going to be here, split stance is here, right, that we did before. Now I'm going to show you, this is kind of the more advanced version, right, the split stance one. So we will see some of this, just a little teaser for the future. But for today, we're going to be here. Going to go into that deadlift that you did before. Now you have those weights in, you can do 1 row and you can stand up and push and squeeze. Nice. Squeeze and lift. So really trying to use some power on the pole, a little bit of slowness in that deceleration. Up to the bottom of the ribs and down. So you're here, squeeze. 90-degree of the elbows. Chest is forward. 1 more. And up. Always tight through the core, the center of the abs. Now that movement is pretty advanced because it's an unsupported forward hinge. So you want to be strong through that center line and that core, and you want to feel like your weights are appropriate. So hopefully that practice got an idea of how challenging that was and whether or not you need to drop your weights, or I'm going to show you right now what I just did with that teaser. So it can be a 1-arm version. You get a little bit more support here. So you can do a row and a stand, and a row and a stand. And you can switch, find that support, stand, maybe give this a try. If you're just watching, practice it. You'll just notice that there's a little bit more assistance here of that upper body weight forward when you put your hand on your thigh. So that's a good little option for you. And I'll always have these on whenever we do our workouts. Okay, so we're going to move into a little bit of work on the floor. Doesn't mean it's easy, but we are going to lay down. We will chest press and we will bum squeeze. So down to the floor we go here. I like to take these 2 weights with me. Again, mediums for me are about 15, but mediums for you are any weight that feels like it's moderately to challenging. Heavy is going to be extremely challenging. So for me, that's a 25, and I can't always get down on the floor with those as easily up and down. So 15s tend to be where I do most of my workouts for now, but I'm moving up, hopefully to 20s. All right, so let's go here. We're going to chest press 1, bring it back down. Going to glute squeeze up, chest press, and glute squeeze. So the first set here is going to be without weight on the hips, right? You're just engaging and squeezing. We could band this around our legs. We're going to do about 5 more. Should be pretty challenging. That's 2. I'm going to do 3 more. Push down through the feet, squeeze through the glutes, a little squeeze extra at the top. And 1 more. Nice. Felt good. Okay, so That was easy enough on the glutes because glutes are pretty strong, especially when we notice that we use those weights for the deadlift. So now put the weights here across the hips. Now, option one, you notice it's kind of stacked like this on either side. You can see, right? But the option two that I like to do is put the weight here, stack and stack. Put it across the hip bones. Find that little kind of meaty section in between, and then lift up and down. There's a lot of focus that occurs here because it's balanced by your arms or your hands on the weights, as well as keeping the hips even in height. So just try to stay really focused so it doesn't roll down onto you. And squeeze up, a little tight, and then down. Up and squeeze, hold and down. You can even add a little extra squeeze up and squeeze and lower down. Let's do 10 more like that. Let's get that burn. Nice breathing. Good. So sometimes we'll do the workout where we do this. And then we will do the chest presses separately. So 5 left to go. 5 and down. And 4 and squeeze and down. And 3, squeeze and down. 2 and 1. Good. And then we'll do that second set of chest press here. Up and down. I'm going to show you how I like to do it. Sometimes economy of movement, both at the same time. 10, 9. This is just like fast push-ups. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep squeezing those glutes. Press and touch the weights in the center. 1, and then barely tap it back down. And done. Oh, great work. So we started incorporating the lower body with the upper body, and now we're moving straight into upper body. Set of push-ups. I didn't have this on the list, but you know what? I'm going to add it. So, because it's just good. Every workout should have push-ups. Now, because we're learning the fundamentals and we're going to learn to do them correctly. Goal is 15 push-ups, unassisted by your knees for a woman. Now, we don't need to be there today, but we're going to start off right here in a knee plank. So if it's you can always be here too. I find that loads a lot into the shoulders. So kind of lean out a little bit here. You can put more into the core. Elbows kind of hug in, push back. Choose your depth, but eventually you want to get your chest to the floor. Trying to do as many as you can. Goal is 10. Do 5 more. 5, 4, core's tight. 3, 2, and 1. If you did 3, fine. If you did 5, great. If you did 10, wonderful. If you know you could have done more than that, you're in the zone. But today we're just practicing. We are learning the skills because we're building it into a way that we can later do these workouts and just flow through. You know how to do a bridge, a chest press, a split stance squat, go into a deadlift, go into a row. Everything just seems very natural and easy. Always makes our workouts more fun. That's why we're here. Okay, so up next is going to be a kneeling tricep extension. So you have 2 options for that. You don't have to kneel, but I like it for this glute to isometric here. Pushing down, tops of the feet, squeeze forward, get that pelvis up, and you're here. Locked in, really strong. This is kind of odd for you and not easy. You can always be here and be supported with the shoulders and tricep extend here. Sometimes that feels better because having your shoulders back behind your head might feel a little uncomfortable if you don't have the support of your back on the floor to keep your spine straight. So those are the 2 options. All right, let's do 10 more together. Now you notice I'm holding one weight by the bells. So it's going to feel pretty light. You can do quite a few reps. You can also separate 2 lighter weights and do it independently, which is good because in case one arm is weaker than the other, it has its own separate stimulation. 3, 2, and 1, and we're done. So good. Oh, we got 2 sets of those because everything's 2 sets. So we're going to go back to the 10 push-ups and then back to those triceps. This is a little bit of what we call supersetting where we get exercises stacked on top of one another. We're going to do that in some of the workouts, but as we go along, I'll definitely explain that to you more. So don't worry about that today, but you are going to feel what a superset does. And that's get that maximum burn because we're going right into it. Those triceps are feeling a little bit tired and fatigued, and that's the purpose because now you're really working chest, triceps, the whole function together. It's more than just one joint, right? You've got your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. Squeeze. I'm going to try 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and done. And press back and extend and stretch. All right, let's go right into that tricep extension. So I want you to feel really adequate in that movement. So take a moment. So again, you can lay down, knees, make sure you have something padded underneath you in case it feels a little tight. So this time I'm going to have you try it. Your feet engaged, press up. You have nice, strong chest down, press back. You want to have that head back. Really important. All right, if the head's forward here, it's very difficult for your neck to be safe. So back here, looking up, chin in, ears back. 3, I'm going to go 2 and 1. Ooh, I feel that burn tomorrow. Full tricep extension, good chest press, got it in. Side planks, anchoring into that shoulder. Going to feel some lateral medial delt here, as well as the obliques. And then we got a set of mountain climbers. Going to teach that cardio move today. That could also be a strength move. All right, here we go. So we're going to stand, I'm going to be on one side, push down. Now I start off elbows slightly in. Looks like it's a little too in, but it won't be because once you kind of push up with the hips, everything aligns. So you're here, nice and easy. Now, got lots of options that we're going to do over the period of time with clamshells and kicks and just holding this position. But today we're going to rotate in and extend up. It's kind of a harder version, but I want you to practice it. Because what I'm doing here is from the side, you can see it's like a one-legged hinge. It's like a sneaky booty exercise too. Kind of squatting back and then you press forward. So you're also extending and externally rotating on that bottom leg. So you kind of pull it in, little internal rotation, and then open it up, little external rotation. So do about 3 or 4 more. Feeling a little tired on your shoulder, you can just kind of take a break, come down here, find the movement here. It's going to feel pretty easy, but what I want you to do is create your own contraction, a little isometric. That's where you hold the tension in your muscle over time, keeping that tension as you stabilize, right? Okay. So really kind of keeping that tension here and that strength here. We go ahead now and move to the other side. And do 2 sets of these. This first round, just practice, then we'll perform it for that final round. I love these. We're going to do all sorts of versions of this come this season. So let's practice it here. Gonna rotate and we hinge back, kind of coil yourself up, and then you express it open. Inhale. It also helps you feel expansive when you get a good big inhale as you lift up and extend the body. Make sure that forearm is right stacked there along that shoulder line. And lift. It has also helped those muscles underneath the armpits, helping our push-ups. Yeah, a little stronger there. And relax. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go back to the other side. You got that version in. I'm going to go right to it because we got a little break already. I'm going to show you a progression with it. So you're here, no problem, because it's already pretty intense. I'm going to take it up. Top leg's going to go slightly in front, right? And you can rotate in and lift up, right? So you're taking the hinge out of it, but you are kind of intensifying the actual oblique movement here. And we're lifting up just a little bit through the hips, folding in and expressing up. Exhale and twist. Inhale, lift. Good work. Finish one more. And let's switch over to the other side. I guarantee once you kind of get these basics and the skill built in your body, it becomes way easier as we progress along in the program and our periodization of the 6 weeks that's coming. So we're just practicing here. And in the practice, we're actually getting a workout. Yes. Okay, so straighten it up. You're welcome to keep to the other one and fold it. Inhale and lift it. Exhale, fold and twist. Breathe in, extend. Exhale. Keeping that bottom hip lifted is the key, especially if you do not have a knee on the ground. You can always practice a few like this and then go back to the other version. It's the beauty of you doing this at home and on your own is that no one's watching. You just get to choose what you like, and the motivation to stick with it is going to be in the results that you earn from your hard work. So last up is mountain climbers. So the mountain climbers are wonderful as a cardio push anytime we want to do something that also incorporates the upper body. However, we can also make it a strength exercise. How we do that is just find your plank. Find your plank, and you're always welcome to stay at plank anytime mountain climbers are called out as an exercise to do. Good to be here, just holding it. Mountain climber is one knee drives in, creates a little balance challenge, right? And you want to always try to keep things to the center line. We might have a crossover mountain climber, and it does add in a little bit of a dimension of twist through the low spine. So sometimes that can feel a little bit awkward if your low back is tight. So be careful with that. But I'm just going to drive it in nice and easy. Now I'm going to make it more strength. Show you here. Exhale, curl, pause, hold, tighten. Inhale, exhale. So often I'll call this a knee drive. Exhale and inhale back to steady plank. Exhale, driving the nose to the knee, feeling strong and secure in that pause. One more. And relax. Okay, we got one more set of that. And we're done. Great workout today. We're doing wonderful. Should feel energized and feel accomplished because this was a learning day. And if you've gone through all of this for your first time, or maybe you're doing it for your second, it's just reinforcing these wonderful movement patterns that are really important for a basic physical fitness program. And the best part about it is I've elevated it. So this is not just the simple exercises that you've done all the time. We're kind of creating a little bit more nuance with it and really helping you find a bit more individual exercise periodization, socialization, and extension. So all together, we're going to be doing this over time together, and we're going to move not just from 6 weeks, but go into our next progress after that. So next program after that. So, all right, enough talking. Let's go back into it nice and strong and straight. All right, mountain climbers. So this is more of the cardio version. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Breathe in, breathe out. How's that feel? Now let's go right into the strength version. And back. Exhale and pull. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale. One more set. And beautiful. Down dog always feels good. Shorten it up as much as you need. Ideally, the heels are on the ground. Length through. A little blood flow to the brain. Exhale, walk back. So this is our beginning. 2 more workouts for us to go over as far as exercise selection to learn and build the skills. Then I'm going to put it together into an actual weeks of workouts. And so that will be the second phase, which will happen all this week. I'll get it all out to you. And then I'm going to suggest some of the mobility workout to do in between. This is day 1 of 3. 2 more workouts to come. Find them next, but do them in different days. that will also, one will be power, one will be hit conditioning. And then we'll start the actual workout where we do one strength, one power, and athleticism. Don't be scared by that word. We all need it and help build it. We're going to feel young again when we get a little athlete in us that we used to have. We're going to build it back up. If you've never had it, we're going to find that inner athlete. And then we have that like hit conditioning, the one that we always known and love, where we move around. We got some weights, got some music pumping, and some energy. So that's the 3 days. We're going to do that for 4 weeks. And then I'm going to start building 4 days on week number 5, 5 days on week number 6, and then we're going to stay there. So then the next period of 6 weeks is going to be 5 days a week with me and you. Yes. All right. Have a wonderful day, and take a break today or go on a nice walk, finish it up. Do another nice walk tomorrow, do a little cardio, do something that energizes you, get you out in the sun. And then I will meet you back in day after tomorrow, and we will learn the power and athleticism. And then the day after that day, tomorrow, we will learn our wonderful power, fun, energizing hit training workout that if we've been working out for a while, you know what I'm talking about. We know and love those ones. And that's going to be basically our Friday workouts, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, however it works best for you. I will see you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.